Top of the morning, top of the night, whatever the case may be. My name's Ben Matthews, aka Ben Time Traveler. I am who I say I am. Your government with inside the government. Ain't trust me on this. I know these things, man. And I ain't talking about the deep state. They ain't nothing but window dressing, man. You know, I stand with Israel. I don't care what you think, man. I honestly don't. You know, God gave people visions of the future. And he talked about Israel and the people. And you're bearing witness to it happening right before your eyes. I keep telling you this over and over and over and over. That just because you ain't being literally attacked in the streets of the United States or wherever you're at, which Christians are being killed in the United States and all around the world. We're being crucified. You can't see United States of America has turned evil, sick. It's sick what they're doing, man. But God gave people visions, man. God, like I say, I used to think it was a curse, man. And I kind of learned how to make it into a blessing. Don't want to see things. Sometimes now I don't even come out and give warnings. Like I was going to give a warning about the earthquake, and I went off in a whole different direction. And I knew I should have. But I didn't. Because it gets to the point like it didn't seem like it mattered because it's going to happen anyway. Why you warn people, it's going to happen anyway. And that's what I'm trying to say. You shouldn't fear what's about ready to happen. If you're that of God and God's army, you should be welcoming it. You should be praying for them people that are suffering or being tormented, getting their heads cut off, being raped, being murdered. Should be praying for these people. We shouldn't be on the streets of New York and Chicago and Los Angeles and all around the world standing up for people that are evil. I I'm not saying Israel's right, not saying Israel's wrong. I'm not saying the Palestinians ain't right, ain't wrong. I ain't saying Hamas ain't right or ain't wrong. You know, I'm not a part of that world. I ain't lived that part of that world. I understand it, but try warning you, man. When people sitting there literally are happy that people are dying, man. I don't anybody. I don't on both sides. It don't matter. It's on both sides, man. Innocent lives are being lost. It's only going to get worse, man. I try to explain that the process of when the beast comes up out of the water, I try to explain that the water represents people. Countries are being described as the beast. You can see Iran. You can see Israel, well, being attacked. But you can see Iran. You can see Russia. You can see China. You can see who the players are, and these sick sick people out here are wishing for this, but they're not that of God. You know, they don't believe in God, because if they did, they wouldn't be wishing for all these people to die. They don't believe in God, and they're the ones that are going to be punished, not me, and hopefully not you. I knew from a young age, man, that for some reason that I should always stand with Israel. You should always stand with it, with you should always stand for the good. You know, I mean, it's Taiwan, Thailand. You know, think of all the other countries that Ukraine. You know, is it the people of Ukraine that we need to blame for what's going on? Is it people of Russia that we need to blame? It's the ones in control. You know, I don't blame my brothers and sisters in Russia. I don't blame my brothers and sisters in China. You know, it's the Hillary Clinton thing. You know, it's the brainwash thing. You know, just like all you Republicans and Christian Trump supporters out there, Hillary Clinton says you all need to go to re-education camp and be reprogrammed, like we're doing to your children in the school system. How dare you even? How dare you even sit there and argue what they want? They know what's best for you. Just sit down and shut up and eat your bugs, man. Your plant-based crap. And to get back to my story with the cats, man, you know, God told me that it's our sole purpose is to take care of the animals on this planet. We sure messed that up, man. We sure don't do a good job with that either. You know, I had somebody sitting there arguing with me earlier today and shit. Well, you know, if that's God, you're supposed to take care of the animals. Well, how come you eat? God told me I could eat animals, man. You know, but he also told me it's my sole purpose to take care of the animals. My, you know, my job. I don't, you know, I don't come out here and preach. I just come out and I talk about how I feel. You know, how you feel is up to you, man. But you know, at any given time, God could send an asteroid towards this planet, man. Bam, boom, bam, bing. Mass extinction again, you know. And I'm here to tell you, man, it's gonna become total chaos, even in the United States of America, Great Britain, Canada, New Zealand. I don't give a where you're at. It's gonna be total chaos. All right, there'll be no law and order. Things are about ready just to crumble before your eyes. It's you know, I, I get you know when you think of Adam and Eve, you know, and taking a bite out of the apple, and I try to explain to you, man, that's technology, man. That's you know we're God take care of the animals, you know. While we started harvesting the foods and learned how to be able to plant and harvest foods, you know, then went from there to technology. That's why you see on the back of your Apple computers and Apple phones, there's a bite taken out of that apple. That's the technology is the evil part of it all, man. We were content being gatherers of nuts, berries, grains, wheats, and grasses, etc., you know, taking care of the animals. That's the way we were created and shit. Now look at us now. You know, it's all about that technology. And you don't think that you're at the end of it all, that this ain't the end of times, and be happy and content doing what you're doing, man. Don't ask for forgiveness, because you know we all fall short of the glory of God. I don't come out here and try to preach, man. I just come out here telling you that this is the way I see it and the way I have seen it. I understand the pillars of smoke, what they are. I understand nuclear weapons. Kept on telling the vision of like some kind of like a dirty bomb going off over a major city and shit, knocking out the power grid, man. I see it happening. It's gonna happen. Trust me on this. It may not happen tomorrow. It may not happen next month. But I tell you what, I will be back out here saying I told you so. It came full circle, man. I seen it. I know it's gonna happen. I'm not sure where it's gonna happen. I kind of got a general idea, but then again, I don't want to throw any names out there, any countries. You got a war going on in Israel. You don't think maybe some other country might take an opportunity to do something dirty and stupid and shit, man? Well, spread out too far, too much, too weak now. United States of America, weak, man. Yeah, and I'm telling you, I love my country, man. I think this is the most beautiful country in the world, man. It's a beautiful melting pot of people from all around, man. But unfortunately, we allowed the communist pigs to sit there and take over and brainwash the public and shit, whether it's through television and whatnot, man. Your school systems and shit. I come up when I first got here, man. When I first got here, I told each and every one of you about the damn school systems, man. That's a socialist program, man. It's exactly what it is. It's a socialist program to brainwash your children. And look where you're at now. I only been here a short period of time. And look, in that short period of time, look how far it's come with the school systems and shit. Teaching little boys how to suck on their little boys' woo-woos and shit, man. Little girls how to, it's sick. It's not the school system's place. We can get back to the Adam and Eve shit before I forget, man, with the snake, man. And you look at medical and shit, man. You see that staff and the snake wrapped around the staff and shit, man. That's evil, man. It was never really invented for anything positive, because if it was, man, you have a cure for cancer and shit. No, it was designed to be evil and shit, man. And that's exactly what they did when the virus kicked off and shit. They used the medical side of things to lock each and every one of you down all around the whole freaking world, man. That quick. And I told you, man, when I first got here, I don't need no fucking Alex Jones to tell me shit, man. I was telling Alex Jones this shit, man. I said you're going to have this little card to be able to move around in the city and shit, man. What little card am I talking about? Your health card and shit, man. And sure enough, man, it came full circle. And then Alex Jones comes out and he regurgitates shit that's past tense and shit, man. Like he's called it and shit, man. It's like somebody sitting there watching a baseball game and it finishes and shit, and then somebody's watching the highlights, and then the guy telling them, well, I'll tell you who won and shit. Well, yeah, because you already watched the game and seen who's going to win. So you already know the outcome of it, And who don't know the outcome of what's about this whole situation? The facts and the truth are just that, man. He's coming, man. And a whole lot of people ain't prepared for it, man. And he told us about that. He said, yeah, a whole lot of people ain't going to be prepared for when they come. They're going to drop to their knees of a heart attack. God's told us, man. They're going to look up and see that and say, wow, man, he is real. I'm not going to have a heart attack, man, because they don't believe, man. But you all keep sticking around, man. You all go watch some big time channels and shit, man. Get your wallet out, man. Get your wallet out. You still send them people money because, man, they tell you they ain't big pharma and shit, man. Well, you know what, man? Every other alternative news channel I see out here selling fucking some kind of supplement and shit, man. Some kind of bullshit. Water filters, fucking coffee, whatever, man. But they're not part of the program, man. It costs money to run these operations, Rest in peace, Logan Running, man. Rest in peace, Logan Running. Because I'll never forget what you said, man. As much as me and you had our fallouts and shit, man, I really had much respect for you, man. Believe it or not, bro. But what you said, man, it stands. It'll stand in my book of stone and shit, man. It'll be written down in my book of stone. What you said, man. That it never cost you a damn thing, man, to make a live video, man. Never cost you anything to tell the truth. And that's what, and ever since you said that, man, I always thought, you know what, man, the truth should never cost you anything, man. Truth should be free, man. It should be free. But unfortunately, these people are inside these caves and shit, man. They're going to stay inside that cave. They're never going to see the whole world for what it really is, man. Pluto's cave. Look, I ain't perfect, man. I told you, I fall short of the glory of God. I fall quite a ways short of the glory of God. I don't go doing things and asking for forgiveness when I'm doing it. Oh, no. I make mistakes. Well, not quite a while. Quite a long while. I'm matured with the Lord Jesus Christ, the King of Kings, and I thank you for that. You know, one of my demons was alcohol, man. Non-functional piece of shit, man. That's what I was. Yeah, I was a drunk. I was a fighter. I was an asshole. Didn't give a shit about your feelings. But he changed that. He changed it. And he knows that weed's a positive energy for me, man. You know, it helps me, man. It helps me with a lot of things, man. But is it escape from reality smoking weed? No, man. It puts me in reality, man. It puts me in with the truth. I think more clearly. I think a lot more clearly smoking weed than I ever did drinking alcohol. I'll tell you what, man. I drinking alcohol. I didn't give a shit. I would be driving this car right now down the road, drunk driving and shit, man. How wrong is that? But I don't, use it, follow me on my YouTube channel. I'm home for the night, man. I'm sitting in my car smoking a joint because I ain't driving nowhere no more. So, I really wish I knew the whole story of what happened down there at City Council tonight. I have to go back and watch and listen to shit. I was listening. I was right there, but I know James is a city council member. I'm not sure what you're doing. And the cops, man, I didn't catch it all, man. Somebody was lying, and that mirror was being put on the spot too, man. I loved it, man. See, that's what it's about, man. You go out there and you put these people in check and shit, man. You represent. No. You work for me. No. None of that shit, man. You call them out for who they are, man. He was calling them clowns. I think he even slipped a couple of cuss words in there. You call them out for who they are, man. Last time I went down to city council. How did I know this was going to happen? Because I am who I say I am. Was way back when I first arrived here and shit, man. And you had Northern Strike going on, military operations in the north. You had Jay Helm, what's happening down south. Up here towards the north, they called it, whatever I just said, Northern operation. Forget what, but anyway. That's when they were blowing up schools and shit, man. They were flying helicopters and shit overhead and shit, man. They were imaging our towns and shit, man, for fucking months. They imaged our town for a long time, man. I mean, a long time. I would say over a year. I don't know exactly what they were imaging, man, but I do believe it was because of what they're spraying in the air, and they were imaging with some kind of special technology and shit, man. I don't know what kind of lights or what they would use and shit, man. But I think they were testing the fucking trees and the vegetation throughout the area. But anyway, I went down to city council and I told them before this happened, because I knew it was going to happen, by the way. This is true. I got the video, I can prove it. But I told them what happens if one of them Black Hawk helicopters fall out of the sky and kills somebody in this town. Because, they're giving a warning this was going to happen and shit. Yeah, they flew in our town. They landed at the old education building and shit, went inside it and blew up a bunch of shit, man, inside it and shit, man. And they flew downtown Port Huron, and one of the helicopters, or there's two of them, they landed in downtown Port Huron, where one of the helicopter's blades hit one of the overhangs at the old Sperry's building. Oh, yeah. Exactly what I told city council that was going to happen. And after that happened, I gave them, each one of them, a call and said, I told you it was going to happen. I gave them who I said, That was a fun, interesting period of year now, is when they were imaging this town with the helicopters, and it was strong, man. It stayed strong, man. Because I remember when I first got here and shit, they were spraying so heavily the first shit 4 or 5 years, man. I mean, it was like a regular clockwork and shit, man. And then all of a sudden, all that activity went on with the imaging of the town and shit. Exactly what they were imaging, I don't know. But I traced back some of the helicopters and shit back to Chicago. And, of course, CIA, don't exist, right? Yeah, CIA owned. Yeah, it was quite an interesting period, man. When I first got here, boy, they just they would hover over my house and shit, man. I've got videos of it, man. And put songs to it. I always feel like somebody's watching me. And I'm filming the helicopter sitting right on top of my head and shit with a fucking camera on it and shit, looking at me, saying, "Hey, Manny." Oh, fuck. Yeah, okay. I remember when they went out on the ice and took that object off the ice and shit, man, brung it over with the Snook helicopter, man. Couldn't see, it was late at night and shit, but they blocked off all the roads and shit, man. I filmed it and shit, man. I just couldn't get tight enough in it because it was so dark and shit, and they had it all blacked out anyway. But whatever that object that crashed on the Lake Huron on the ice and shit, man, they recovered it, man. I seen it. Yeah, a friend of mine told me, man, the world's getting crazy. Dude, the world's always been crazy. It's just gotten to the end of times, man. It's just gotten to the end. You can only twist that rubber band up so much before it snaps, man. All right. Because y'all think that China ain't going to do something, man. You got another thing coming, man. If you don't think Russia ain't going to do something, you got another thing coming. If you don't think Iran ain't going to do something, man, because if Israel don't go after Iran, I'd be shocked. If Israel don't take out parts of fucking Iran's bullshit, I'll be surprised, man. Because it's going to get to there, man. I see it, man. I see it. I'm not going to be surprised, but. If we talk about it, you can stop it. No, you're not stopping God coming. You're not stopping what's about ready to happen. You can talk about it all you want, man. All you can do is educate people, man, and be prepared, man. Believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, King of Kings, man. Be that of God and God's army, because we are an army to fear, man. And He's coming. He's gonna come kick some butt, man. But before that happens, the chaos, man. No law and order all throughout the world, man. No more going to McDonald's, bitches. No more heat in your house and shit, man. Oh. Well, I'll cut down a tree with my chainsaw when you ain't got no gas. So what happens? You ain't got no stockpile of food to last a little bit. Well, I'm gonna go take neighbor's shit. I know that's what's gonna happen, man. So damn, man. Benny over there sitting on a can of pork and beans, man. I'm gonna go over there and take his shit, man. See if I can't catch a couple of his cats and shit and eat pretty good. No medication. Do you hear what he's saying? No medication. Water for a lot of people. No water. All that shit shuts down, man, anyway. Did disease from all the dead, starving people and shit, man. They're already coming out here talking about. See, I come out here and I also said now it's coming full circle and shit. I talked about this is going to be worse than the Great Depression. Remember, listen to me, man. You follow me on my YouTube channel, man. I'm trying to get to you, man. Trying to reach out to you, man. I said it's going to be worse than the Great Depression, man. See, your great grandparents knew about the Great Depression because they lived through it and shit. That's why they become, fucking aware of what they didn't throw hardly anything away and shit, man. But think of all the people that starved during the Great Depression. All right, go look it up, man. Do yourself a favor and go look it up, man. How many people died during the Great Depression? And think of it now when it happens. How many more people are there all throughout the world? How many more people? A lot more, man. A lot more people are going to starve to death. And then you got your disease. Nothing like the likes you ever seen, man. And just to tell you, I'm going to tell you right now, man, I'm going to bring this in the forefront because I already brought the upper respiratory virus in the forefront when I first arrived too and shit. And I said it's from people coming from South and Central America and shit, man. That it, spreading this upper respiratory virus and shit. And now we see it going around like everybody's got it and shit. Welcome to the club, I guess, right? Well, I'm giving a warning too, man. That's exactly what's going to happen with other diseases and shit, man. These people coming from all around the world and shit and just coming in by the millions and millions and millions, man. Think about it, man. These are people from millions and millions and millions of people coming in, man, that ain't vaccinated for this and that and this and that and that. But every one of your children and you, by law, have to be. Hello. But not them, they're okay because it's all by design, man. It's all by design. That soft kill process and shit. Yeah, they're allowing them in here with these diseases. Shit. Look at Ebola, man. When it broke and shit, man. Look at how tight they got on shit, man. It only takes a couple from fucking coming from Africa or Ebola or whatever, man, and bam, boom, bam, and bang. Yeah, I know I talked about the monkeypox and the HIV being spliced into the virus that went all around the world and shit. Only one to this day that really can pinpoint them two things and shit, man. It was spliced into the virus and shit. And then what happened with the gay community and shit? Huh? What happened, man? Yeah, targeted, man. Mm-hmm. And people out here that are gay, think that I hate them. I don't hate them. I don't care what you are, man. That's your business and you're right, man. But you don't understand, man. You don't understand. They're trying to kill you, man. They're trying to kill you too. You think they're sticking up for you and shit, man. At the same time, they're telling you to take this shot. They got lucky, man, and they put a snip on that, man. Only because the public was aware of it and they drew attention to it. If not, man, it would have spread, man. Would have made Elton John fucking nervous. Yeah. Keep thinking about that Led Zeppelin song. Leaves are falling all around. Yeah. Weather's turned again. At least I can feel it, feel the turn in this, man. People are telling me, man, we didn't even have a summer, man. It just went right to fall, didn't it? Oh, yeah. Now you realize, huh? Now you realize why you ain't got no tomatoes and shit growing. It ain't because of climate change. because the fucking planet's shifting, man. Slowly but surely, the planet's shifting. That's another thing, man. Pole shift, reality, fact, truth. I don't know why people want to come out here and say, "Oh, there's no such thing as a pole shift, man." It's been proven numerous times by different scientists all around the world, man. It's happened numerous times. It's happened, and it's caused mass extinction. So why you want to sit there and come out here and say I'm bullshitting, man? You know, and the same with asteroids, man, hitting and mass extinctions happening on Earth. Why you want to sit here and say that I'm lying? It's happened over and over and over, all these things, man. You ought to be thankful, man, that in between all that, man, the Lord Jesus Christ created you, man, to live in that brief period of time. Because in reality, man, the human species on this planet didn't survive that long. I should say survive that long. I'm talking about in the near future. People say, "Oh man, you're sitting there fear mongering and shit." I don't know, man. You look at Israel and shit, man. You look at Ukraine and shit. You look at China sitting over there, man, fucking putting the screws to us and shit. Waiting for their opportunity to fucking, fuck. We're gonna sit there and we gave all of our weapons to Ukraine and we gave away all of our oil and shit, man, and lower gas prices. Shit, got no hardly any oil reserve left and shit. And you gonna sit there and tell me you're gonna back Israel and send them everything they need and shit? Well, shit, what's gonna be left for us? But then again, it's all about making money too, huh? Ain't it? Yeah, making money off weapons and shit. Can't make them quick enough. Unbelievable. I'm telling you, man, you bear witness to a dirty bomb, man, or nuclear bomb. It's. Let me ask you all a question, man. You sit there. Let me ask you a question. You look at the technology that the world possesses for war, and you see all these lives being lost right now in Ukraine. Well, all Syria and all throughout the whole world. And they're not using these massive weapons, man. You know? And I ain't talking about the nuclear side of things. I'm just, you're programmed to accept that you got all these massive weapons of destruction, even in Baghdad and shit in Iraq and shit. It really wasn't impressing me none, you know. You're supposed to have all these powerful weapons and shit, the lasers and this and that, blah 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 and shit, right? Boom, bada bing, bada bing. Where the hell are they? No, they use other bullshit, man, like harp and shit, man, and fucking do stupid shit, man, and have effect on the human brain and shit. Same with your cell phones and yeah, fucking got affordable act up does something that every household should have the internet and shit for we can fry out their brains. If I can't get them microwaves and quick enough, gotta get them the computers and shit, man. Got and get to know the individual and his every move and their every move and shit, blah blah blah. And that way we can even target them even more and shit and brainwash them even more and shit to hate America, to hate God, hate meat, hate. And another thing, I know the evil one is in charge of this planet. I know everything I see is his doing because God gave him control of the planet. This is not what God created. What we're seeing. This is that artificial. Exactly what it is. That artificial bullshit, man. It's not pure. This planet was never designed this way by God, man. I explained that a little earlier, man. This is all artificial, man. This is reality. This is artificial intelligent bullshit right here, man. He was given control by God, and he's changed the water on God. He's changed the air on God. He's changed the food on God. He's changing your DNA as we speak on God. But God got it right the first time, man. We were perfect. Everything was perfect. Soon enough, artificial intelligence will come out and say that, it's the creator. I don't think God's going to let it get to that point, man. Yeah, I always been a true believer of what not only what we could have become, but God don't want us to become artificial, half machine. No, he never wanted that, man. You get hearing aids, you get glasses, you get that's common things to help you out through life and shit, man. That's susceptible and shit, man. When you start fucking downloading shit in your brain and shit, man, trying to live forever and shit, that's not what God's talking about, man. God promised you to live forever and shit, man, in the heavens and in space and time. I don't understand how it all works in the end, man, but that's a vision that I ain't never had hold of, man. Because I know it's a vision that I'm gonna bear witness to, though. I'll finally come to understand what God meant by promises of space, times, in the heavens, and living forever. No more wars, no more sorrow, no more pain. Being with loved ones that passed away. It'll be real. See, if we allow our God allows the future to go on, and then you'll download your family history in your brain and shit, and you'll always be with your dead ones because they're part of your brain and download. It's fake. Anyway, who the hell wants to live forever on this rock, man? Eesh. Can't get along with each other, man. That's another thing. I expect to go out in the heavens as a human species as advances into half machine and shit, man. You can't get along with yourself. You think the other ones up there are going to want you up there too? No. Because they were created too, man, by the Lord Jesus Christ, the King of Kings, man. Some of them follow God's law, some of them don't, man. See it? You know, this ain't the only time this has happened. The only planet, only there's parallel universes, man. I mean, this goes on and on and on, man. Well, we'll wait and see what Israel does to Iran, man. Why Iran? They deserve it, man. You know, they're on the streets, not only yelling death to Israel, but they're on the streets yelling death to the United States of America too. You know, and we got public officials out here sitting there thinking that shit's okay, man. We got a president of the United States of America called Lid today and shit, man. Went to bed. Dirty son of a bitch. Excuse me. But he is, man. That man ain't right at all, man. He got so much of evil in him, man. Possessed. The guy said that the devil takes over the weak brains. Ooh. That's mighty good stuff there, boy. Ooh, see how it flamed up? That's moon rocks, man. Yeah. Exactly what it is, man. Moon rocks. Figure why not? Man. It was on sale. Yeah, man. I had to fix my car today. That sucked. I just muffler fell off. Well, not the muffler. It came off from the Cadillac converter on the way back. Easy fix, but nonetheless, man. Friend of mine, hey, take it over to this guy here. He'll fix it for this amount of money and that amount. No. Taking it to my garage, man. The guy I know fixes my piece of junk every time, man. Makes fun of my car. He does. He makes fun of my car, man. Tells me I got more rust on it than I do fucking metal, solid metal. But he's honest, man. I know. The bottom carriage is rusted out pretty bad, man. Not in Michigan, man. They treat their roads with salt, and this car only sits about this far off the ground. So what you expect, man? Get a foot of snow and shit, and go through that, and that takes a beating on the car, and then you get the salt laid down, and that gets thrown up. Yeah, this whole bottom carriage of this car is rotted out, man. I live in Michigan, man. Yeah, I had to go down to City Hall, man. I didn't do a good job, man. I got didn't practice or anything. Wasn't going to practice. I had to say what I had to say, man. I got some flaws, man. So I guess I did good, man. Wasn't expecting that, but yeah. The lady on city council, man, they were like, yeah, I'm glad somebody's addressing this issue. I think a couple more expected me to be okay with it because I was like, like, oh wait a minute, like, he's got a different plan here. Well, yeah, I got a different plan, man. Your plan ain't gonna work for me, man. You want to sit there and find me for taking cats and that other neighbors have abandoned or neglected, taking their cats, which they weren't being responsible with, and doing the responsible thing by taking them, getting fixed. You're gonna find me for that? Well, I don't think so, man. Well, how come we ain't got a program here in our city? They need to look into that. But I don't think they got time. That guy's gonna sue them and shit. He must have got pretty heated that night, man. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that. Look at it, man, and get a better understanding what they were. Was I'm not sure what was going on with them guys, man. The cops and the mayor and the garden and drinking and James having an affair on his wife. That's city council, I guess. Yeah, I just go down there and suggest a couple things that they can do, man, and knock down the cat population in this town, man. Because you're never gonna stop it, unless you sit there and neuter or spade them, like Bob Barker used to say on Price is Right. Listen to the man, man. He had it right the first. But no, these people, they get cats and they let them outside and they get pregnant and then it's on, man. How are you gonna stop that? You know. Well, I only had one cat, but she went outside and got pregnant. I talked to a lady at Dollar General, man. She's in there telling me she's gonna bring over her kittens to me. You bring me shit, but yeah, my kids let the cat out. She got pregnant. I got 9 kittens. You know. Well, why didn't you get your cat fixed to begin with? You know. Now wait, that's what you gonna do. Here comes one of the cats now. At least I know what I'm dealing with. I had a black cat come up here to try to come up here today, impregnated, man. I shoot it away. I got enough, man. We got full vacancy here, man. Gotta go. Then I only feed the cats that are here. That right now, I only feed them cats. I don't feed any of the other cats, man. I don't know. Fuck, I'm paying for it. I'm getting them fixed. I do what the hell I want to do, man. And as far as that orange cat goes, an old male cat, he keeps other males away. But he's old, man. The lady died, and he got nowhere to go. I'm not letting him in the house, but he's got nowhere to go. I mean, he does here. But what I'm saying is, she ain't there to feed him no more. She ain't there to give him a scratch on the head and shit, man. I don't even like the guy, man, because he keeps chasing another cat away, man. But I take care of it. I feed it. I scratch his old scrown. No, he's not scrawny. He is scrawny because he's old, man. He's at the end of his life cycle, man. You know. But he wants a shit fucking because he's so old, man. You feed him, no sooner feed him, he's got the shits, man. Because he's so old. But yeah, he ain't got much left in his life, man. It ain't his fault that she died. He got nowhere to go. I don't know how he ended up here. I don't know. I only know how that one cat showed up pregnant one time. I fed her and shit, and she had her kittens across the street in the tree. Well, she had them in the garage, but she moved them across the street in the tree. And they stayed. She left. I ain't seen her and shit over a year. Yeah, it's a shame, man. I don't know why people do that. Man. You ain't never gonna catch the wild ones and shit, man, and make them house pets. It's impossible, man. I mean, I got a couple of them that I'm able to munchkin on the black one, unable to pick up and scratch them, and I bring them in the house every once in a while. And the one kitten the two remaining cats that didn't die from the poisoning, the one is really, it's tiny, man. Winter's gonna be hard, man, but I unable to gradually. It took me a while, man, but unable to touch it and not pick it up yet. I ain't pushed my luck, try to pick it up yet, but I'm getting there. They just giving it time, man. It's just a precious little thing, man. And it's hard, man. It just sits there and shit. It looks at the window at me, man. Like, sits at the door, looks in and shit. It's the only cat that'll sit in the window like that. One back window. They all look in the front window where I sit, man. Here, one of them looked at even fucking that squirrel that I saved its life to two squirrels. They both look in the window, man. Open up, throw them some peanuts too. That's probably next thing. Feed the squirrels. Don't feed the birds. Ain't no rush, man. It didn't take long to get my car done, man. As I say, the guy wanted me to take it somewhere else and shit. Oh, a guy in the backyard would do it for this, man. I just took it to my guy and shit, man. A couple hours later, he called me and it was done, man. Still a little loud, though. I mean, it's not loud, but I mean, it was loud, though, when it fell off, man. All right, we'll cut this short, man. Peace, love, and understanding. Much respect, man. Be that of God and God's army, because He is an army to fear, man. It ain't long, man. I'm telling you right now. You don't need me to tell you. Just turn on that ignorant box, man, because they're showing you some of the truth right now, man. They definitely are, man. Showing you the truth, but they ain't telling you the truth. Let's blame Israel, man. Let's blame Israel for protecting themselves, man. God, it's, think about the children, man, the women, the men that are being murdered. I don't think God's going to sit by anymore, man. Watch his children be murdered.